Grown and young. We talk sports, we talk news, inform you who win or lose. It's two dogs, Drone and Yo. We about to start the show. Talk sports then. Two dogs, sports talk show. Two dogs, sports talk show. Two dogs, sports talk show. Two dogs, sports talk show.
What's up? It's the Two Dog Sports Talk Show coming at you. Welcome to the Doghouse. Yeah. You know, when you come in the Doghouse, it's all about business. We got B in the house with us today.
Yeah.
And he know what it's all about. He know when you step in this Doghouse, you better be ready to play. You better be ready. Don't come in here with no foolishness. Don't come in here with no mess. You better bring it,
bruh.
Or we're gonna kick you right out the doghouse with your head tucked between your tail. Cause that's how we do it.
Well, I came with my extra bag of dog food. I'm ready, bro.
Oh, you still eating kibbles and bits and bits.
No.
the puppy chow and the Alpo.
No, I go to chewy.com, homie.
I hear you. So how was your week? You on the Two Dog Sports Talk Show with Drone and Yo, and with our special guest host B on the show once again. Y'all know he's that New England Patriot. Arkansas person that we had to put in his place every now and then.
Let's go, Hawks.
But we have a special guest at the 7:00 hour, Mr. Jawan Parker. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Mr. Jawan Parker, formerly of the Booker T. Washington Hornets and the Georgia Bulldogs, and he has a new book out that he has written that we're going to talk about called "Guide: The Art of Playing College." You know, so. I might have got that wrong, but I'm gonna get it right. But how was your weekend? Y'all?
I had the grandbaby and I watched boxing and went out to eat. Actually went out to Genghis Grill. Got me one of them good old large bowls. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, that thing was with all that shrimp. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's about it. But yeah, we had the grandbaby.
You having that grandbaby a whole lot now, man.
Usually every weekend we get her.
What's going on, man? You didn't even want to keep your own children this much.
Hey, just trying to be around, help my biggin out. Give them a break, especially giving his wife a break because she watches her every day. So just trying to give him a break. Then plus I'm trying to be around her as much as possible so she know who I am and develop a relationship. But it's always good when you can have them and then you can say, hey, you come get her.
You got that right. I told you it's a good thing. The name of the book is The Guide: How to Win the Game of College. That's the new book by Mr. Jawan Parker that's going to be on here at 7:00 hour. B, how was your weekend, man?
Man, pretty good. Nice and relaxing.
Oh, you sound like you just didn't do nothing all weekend.
Man, it was one of those kind of weekends, so I loved it. Didn't hit a lick at a stick.
Yeah, okay. I hear you. My weekend was cool. I didn't really do too much. Watch some sports and everything, and what else I do? Sunday went to church, came home, didn't do much of that, man.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
pretty much
But
chill.
as
you
hard
know?
as you've been working, bro, you needed a weekend like this.
Hey, man, it still wasn't just non-busy, man. I still was busy, you know, but I've been checking out, you know, LA's Finest. You know, it was on Fox, and now they got it on Netflix, and the season 2 is a new one. So I've been watching that all weekend.
Oh, with Gabrielle Union?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been watching
okay.
that one. I finished it last night, the complete second season. They got 13 episodes, so I guess Netflix done took it over. But it pissed me off, man, because I thought this weekend I was going to be able to watch some F9 because they said it was going to be on HBO Max.
And it wasn't on there.
No, them jokers, they done changed it where they're not going to be on HBO Max, then bring it on HBO Max, and got my mouth all watering for the F9. I ain't going to the movies. I ain't going to the movie theater.
Bruh, I watched it 2 weeks ago. You late. Just letting you know. Fire stick, homie. Fire stick.
Was it any good?
It's a little bit far-fetched, but...
they hold on. They was already doing some outlandish stuff on the other one. So they go way out the way that we know cars can't do.
They go to space, bro.
Oh.
They go to space. Yeah.
Ooh.
And a car?
Tyrese and Luda go to space. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And I'm talking about some way out stuff, bro. Way out.
I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I ain't. No.
I ain't gotta go to the theater and check that out.
No, I ain't, man. I ain't going to the theater checking that now. That's just like I ain't going to the theater to check out Black Widow. I'll watch it right on my TV at home in the privacy of my home where I'm safe.
No, I think I'm gonna go see Black Widow in the theater. But me and the missus was talking about going to go see what's that? What's coming out this? Oh, The Purge Forever.
Oh no, I ain't trying to watch that. Man. No, I ain't trying.
No.
Yeah, we trying to watch.
I ain't trying to watch.
Well, we didn't watch all the rest of them in the movie theater.
I'm sorry, I ain't trying to watch no movie that's talking craziness and ignorance and all the other stuff. Nah.
Well, I ain't watched all the rest of them in the movie theater.
No, because what it tells me is somebody somewhere is doing some of this ignorant stuff or trying to do some of this ignorant stuff.
Bruh, you didn't see January 6th, and then you weren't watching TV on January 6th. Okay.
I don't do scary movies. The last scary movie I watched, was I think it was Pet Cemetery when I was younger.
Oh wow!
I don't do scary movies. When I was younger, my brother made me watch The Exorcist.
Yeah.
And I was scared for probably about 2 weeks. Didn't want to go to bed. Didn't want to turn the lights turned. No, I don't do scary movies.
I get forced to watch them, bro.
I believe in the supernatural and the spirit world. I know it's real. So no, I don't do all that. No.
I get forced to watch them, bro. I had to watch The Conjuring. The devil made me do it. I had to watch that on HBO Max.
Who made you do that?
Robin.
Pouring her out.
Yeah.
You better get a backbone, man. And say, hey, woman, I ain't watching no scary movie. Then she gonna say, "Are you sorry, wolf?"
No. This is what she hit me with. You make me watch all this old craziness, so you got to watch something I want to watch. That's what I.
Hold on, that's craziness too. What craziness you make her watch?
Well, I might go if I watch it like a movie, I might watch it 4 or 5 times. And she might have to watch it 4 or 5 times, even though she just wanted to enjoy it one time. But I'll watch it 4 or 5.
That's why you got 2 and 3 TVs in the house.
She wants to watch what I'm watching. So,
well, hey, that's her choice.
Yeah. And
what's up, Miss Maddie Williams, Tulsa Central Brain? What's going on? Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Talk Show. Go ahead.
And so it's give or take. So she wants to watch scary movies, but she hates watching with me because I go, yo, why she fall? Why is they going through that door? Why don't nobody have no sense in this movie?
Say, okay, yeah, you go all the way black on it.
Yeah,
you go all the way black.
Yeah.
Okay, now this black girl right here for his fall, or that white girl right there for his fall. You need Y'all don't even want. Why you jump? You already knew what was supposed to happen. Why you jump?
Why does she have on heels out in the woods?
Hey, I'm a talker too. I'm like, what is going on? Why would you do this?
Yeah, it don't make sense.
They put themselves in some bad situations.
Yeah. So that's your fault. Why you didn't get, like the Geico commercial with the good girl? Why don't we get in the running car? And they all run somewhere. Yeah. Listen to the white girl y'all thought was crazy. You just got in the running car.
That had the engine running ready to get out of there.
So let's go to the shed.
Yeah. Even the killer was looking like, what is wrong with these people? They must want to die. Okay, so it's time for what do you think? As we do here, we always come up with some crazy. Last week was we got on you missed it, B. Okay. We was talking about different sayings. Different sayings that people make. We're gonna go a little bit serious this week. You have Miss Gwen Berry, the Olympian, that turned her back on the national anthem when they started playing it, and people are in an uproar. So, what do you think? What is the reason you think that people are in an uproar about that, but they thought what went on at the Capitol was just fine? What say y'all?
First of all, I don't understand why when an athlete takes a stance on social injustice, that the masses that are not from our community thinks it's such a wrong thing. Until it's addressed and until it's corrected, because it keeps happening. People in our communities know this to be true. The police are really not your friend. The police are not there to protect and serve, which is supposed to be their basis of being there.
Hold on. Let me preface this. Not all police is that way. And these views that are by Yo is not inducive or the opinion of all Two Dog Sports Talk Show members in KBOB.
All right, back to what I was saying. So, I think it's just until it gets corrected. I think people need to make a stance, put it in people's face. Now we can put it on camera. That's why we got to see what happened to George Floyd.
But my thing is, the issue is that what I have a problem with is that we find that more offensive and saying we're disrespecting America. You're there to represent America, stand up for America.
But America doesn't stand up for us.
But at the Capitol, with the insurrection at the Capitol, when they bomb rushed the Capitol, these folks supposed to have you had service people that was there that was representative of America. They carried American flags and all this other stuff. They bombarded the Capitol. And you have legislators that was there when this happened that are saying that everything is all good and is all cool. And basically people are saying wasn't nothing wrong with what they were doing. They were just expressing their God-given right, their American right that people fought for. Well, she's doing the same thing. She's expressing her right that people have fought for. That it's not that what people don't realize. It's not that people don't love America. People love America. If they didn't love America, they wouldn't be so upset by the treatment that they're getting. Because America say one thing in the Constitution and it's supposed to be a representation of everybody here on this earth that are free, but their actions is saying something totally different. And it's like it's a double standard and a stipulation. What you think, B?
Yeah, it's simple to me. It's kind of black and white, And black, like you say, just a peaceful turning a back, taking a knee, anything like that is really looked at and frowned upon. But On the other side, like you say, you could storm a capital, you could do other crazy things, and it's still looked at too as just I love my country. So in the end, it's black and white. If you're black, you're seen like you're doing something, like you're against the country, even though you're just wanting better for your country.
Yeah.
And then on this other side is like you say, you could storm the Capitol and it's like, hey, they're just proud Americans.
Yeah, and everybody, we're excuse me, we're coming from it from a sports point of view because this was an Olympian. You had Colin Kaepernick who took a knee, who was an NFL player. You had the NBA players, they took a knee. You had baseball, hockey. They canceled games because of what was going on. And so we're coming from it from an athlete. What is the reason they believe that athletes should do something different? We're human. Athletes are human too. Athletes pay their taxes. I was about to say tithes. athletes,
Well,
athletes pay their taxes. They go to work. They put their pants on. They live in this country. They do the same thing that everybody else do. What is the reason why athletes, and the crazy thing about it, the athletes are doing it peaceful. Nobody is getting killed. Nobody is getting shot. Nobody's life is being threatened. They doing it very peacefully. But the ones that's doing it outrageously and got guns and want to kill folks and shoot folks and bombard the Capitol, we look at them as, oh, they heroes. They just representing America. Well, what is the reason they're representing America, but the athletes are not representing America? That don't make sense to me. And we want to say it's a black and white, but you have black folks that feel the same way. They're doing the same thing. I just think, what do you think? Because she's not the only Olympian from America that's talking about doing some stuff. And it's not just the black Olympians that's talking about doing it this time. You got the Caucasians. You have the Asians. You have other American Olympians that's talking about doing something in Tokyo. So what do you think that we can do as athletes? What is it that we can do to make people say to back us?
I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to vote. We're going to have to vote. We're going to have to change the faces of the Congress and the Senate. Until that happens, because you see, they tried to come with a bipartisan committee for the January 6th, and it got voted down. Why is that? Because they partners was out there. Republicans' partners was out there.
Say that again. I like where you said it.
Republicans' partners was out there.
That's that country. If you know, every time you talk to him, he try to, when we was in school, he used to talk like he from New York, try to talk like he from New York or something. Okay. Now, that's that country Oklahoma that just came out when you said partner.
So, and that's crazy because they committed a crime, but nobody wants to take credit for it. Everybody wants to hide behind where they were from and what did they do for a living. Because, it was actually lawyers and police departments and sheriffs
and pastors and ministers and every walk out. So do you think, and it's for you too, B, do you all think that more athletes should stand up and say something? Or what more do you think the athletes should do?
Well, I think on the last question on like when the athletes protest, I mean, people are turning their backs or whatever they do, it's going to cause a ruckus. That's what it's supposed to do. If everybody just agrees with it, then it's not really doing anything. So when they do that and there's an uproar, then then it should be some communication going on. That's the part that's lacking because, now it's just, oh, she turned her back, but it's not the reason she turned her back. But other than that, of course, the athletes, because they have a stage, you have to.
What'd you say, yo?
Well, I am a veteran. I was in the Army, so I am a veteran. But things are not right in America. And until things are addressed and actually fixed, where we get a fair shake and not see systemic racism, then it's going to keep continuing because some people don't think that it's actually real. Some people don't think that just because you're from a neighborhood that you're not viewed in a certain manner or viewed in a certain light. Um, Here on Two Dog, we promote the youngsters that are trying to do something positive, are trying to uplift their community, are trying to make a way out of no way. And that's why we're here to uplift the youngsters who's trying to be out here on this field and might not have a stable home environment. So until systemic racism is addressed and corrected, Two Dog will be here to stand up for the youngsters.
Do you believe that the athletes are doing enough? Do you think that there's more that the athletes can do because of the platform they have, because of who they are? Do you think there's more that they can be doing that they're not doing?
Uh, some of them are going to great measures to get stuff addressed, talking to uh, senators and Congress people. There's more that probably can be done, but uh, at least it's being addressed. At least now it's actually in the public's eye. It's not going away. Uh, we've been talking about Colin Kaepernick since what 2016. Uh, Black Lives Matter. Um, the George Floyd, the guy who committed the crime, has actually got sentenced to 22.5 years of Fed time. So, I mean, it's being addressed, but we still need more. We still need laws changed. We need sentences reduced. We need uh, the police to be accountable for their actions and be able to be processed when they do break the law. Cause back to blue, just because he's blue, y'all supposed to back him. Now, if we did that, y'all would call us a gang.
Alrighty then. Okay. So,
I'm just saying.
so what do you think? What are the athletes doing enough, or should they do more? And what should they do?
I think it's a line like, yeah, you have to say something, but some that are not even really knowledgeable of the stuff, some people just can't, they shouldn't. If you don't know about it, I don't want them front running and getting out there saying some stuff they don't even know what they're talking about. But I think they could maybe get with the people who does, because they do have the platform, and bring them up to speak and this and that. Not saying the athlete can't speak, but I'm just saying when you get to talking about laws being changed, there's only so much a basketball player or football player could do when you're going down there, unless you're the greatest guy, LeBron James. There's only so many of those guys. Some guys are just on the team and they don't have that leverage to go down.
But you say someone like a Tom Brady, someone like a LeBron, someone like a Chris Paul,
they could get the ears of people
baseball
that we can't. So if they go to bat, and that's what really needs to be some of the white players, because you hear it from the black, but some of these big time white guys, and they're friends and buddies with these same guys in the locker room. Go talk to some of your friends.
All right, that's the what do you think for today. Told you here on $2 Sports Talk Show, we talk about everything, but we always gonna bring it from a sports point of view on what sports can do to help the situation every time. And man, I'm looking right, man, Bobby, then they here at KBOB, they done got these big old bags of chips. They done got rid of the small chips, man. They just calling my name. They got these big bags of Frito-Lay chili cheese and big bags of Doritos, man. I guess they trying to get somebody fat around here. We already big people. Only small one in here is big. You know what I'm saying?
I'm game.
So we got to do something better. But we're gonna be right back here on the $2 Sports Talk Show. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some NBA. We're gonna talk about these LA Clippers and the Phoenix Suns when we get back here on $2 Sports Talk Show on KBOB 89.9 FM.
P&J Publishing Incorporated announces a new book release, The Entrepreneurial Woman. The World is Your Playground by Angela K. Chambers, MES. Available right now for pre-order at payhip.com/B/NB_A_C. The book release is set to hit June 1st, 2020. If you're ready to publish your book, visit us online at www.pnjpublishing.com. Unleash that book that's inside of you with P&J Publishing.
Everybody's talking about you and her together.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
Hello, Tulsa. This is Janetta Toles with Sunday Dinner and More by Janet, your weekend soul spot. Every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. We're located 531 East Apache in the historic Apache Circle Center. Of course, during these times, it's carry-out only, but you can call 918-951-5143. That's Sunday Dinner and More by Janet.
Can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star.
Hey everybody, this is Bobby Eaton of Eaton Media Services, located at 1533 North Norfolk, home of KBOB 89.9 FM. Also, we're taking donations for the community radio station. You can donate by going to Cash App Eaton Media Services, or you can call and contact us at 832-443-9499. Again, that number is 832-443-9499. Looking forward to hearing from you from our community radio station. And our motto is, we tell our stories our way.
The Food on the Move Mobile Food Initiative is a collaboration to mobilize good quality food into hard-to-reach economically challenged areas. Meet us every Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. on Greenwood in the OSU Tulsa parking lot. For more details, give us a call at 918-928-6653 or go to our website at www.foodonthemoveok.com.
Tulsa Transit is excited to introduce the Route 969 Workforce Express Network. The new Highway 169 Corridor Job Shuttle, WEN, is a fixed route service offering access from North Tulsa and Turley. Stops include Macy's, Amazon, Whirlpool, and Port of Catoosa. Save time and money when you ride the WEN Route 969. And for your protection, buses are cleaned daily. Visit tulsatransit.org for more details.
What's up, y'all? This is Charlie Wilson, and you listen to KBOB 89.9 FM, Bobby Eaton Show.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show here on KBOB 89.9 FM. Make sure y'all tune in to the Bobby Eaton Show every Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 7:45. every night, Bobby has some awesome guests that come on, and Bobby is not afraid to talk anything. Bobby not afraid. Bobby not afraid. Bobby not afraid to talk about your dog, your cat. If you come in, you say you want to come on the show to talk about because you're a dog lover or animal lover, Peter. Bobby got you on the show. And Bobby gonna know something. He gonna know something about Peter. So, but make sure y'all tune into a Bobby Eaton Show every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, only on KBOB.
That was Wednesday, bro.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah,
okay.
Thanks, man. Hey, man. What did I say?
Thursday. Yeah, that's the Juice Radio Show.
Oh, okay.
You think he might want to talk Razorbacks?
If you say you want to come on the show and talk about some Razor Tats, he will. The Bobby Eaton Show every Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. on KBOB 89.9 FM. All right, let's talk NBA basketball. And I'm gonna let the Clippers and the Suns. The series is 3-2, going back to LA, and it was 3-1. I thought they were dead in the water, the Clippers. Sure. But I'm gonna let you start off, and I'm gonna let I'm gonna let you say all you want to say, because I'm gonna come in behind you. I ain't gonna clean up no poop because I don't clean up dog poop. But I'm supposed to rub your nose in your mess that you supposed to talk about.
Well, first of all, the series is 3-2. And the Clip Show is one of these teams is just gritty. And they not gonna quit. And they not gonna stop. And they not gonna lay down. Cause the public thought that the Clip Show was going to go lay down and say, all right, Sons, y'all home. We're going to let y'all do what y'all want to do and win the ball game. But the Clippers said, whoa. We're going to go to a zone, confuse y'all for a minute, and get our fast break off. And they got up to, 14-5, 20-5.
25.
Yeah. And then it was kind of hard for the Suns to catch back up. They had the lead 61-60, and never saw the lead again. Let that sink in. You're at home, and you only had the game lead for 1 point in the second quarter, and never, ever saw the lead again. And then PG. Second half. We're going to call him Playoff P. Because that's his official name.
Okay.
Playoff P.
Okay, Playoff.
Playoff P said, all right, bro. Y'all did y'all thing first half. Now get on my back.
Okay.
He had 30 of them things. 30. He had 41 for the whole game. He had 30 in the second half. He was 10 for 12 field goals, 3 for 4 3-pointers. And he had, 11 rebounds? 13 rebounds. That kind of performance with Reggie Jackson and Maurice Morris
Senior.
He was 6 for 7 first half on field goals. That's his outstanding play. Reggie Jackson's playing for a contract. He need to get paid.
Are you done yet?
No, I'm not done. And they look like a team that said, hey, we in this thing. We trying to go back to LA to tie this thing up and then come back here to finish what we started and be in the finals like predicted they was going to be in the first place.
Okay, go ahead, B. I'm going to let you go because you right along with him and saying happy go lucky, yeah, clip.
I mean,
Playoff P. Say his name right. Playoff P.
I'm gonna tell you his name in a minute.
I'm not gonna go that far though. I'm not going Playoff P because game 6 you don't know what you're gonna get. But I will say that is a lot of heart and a lot of grit because most teams gonna lay it down. 3-1, going back to Phoenix is easy. Everybody pretty much already saying, "Oh, Chris Paul, you finally making it to the finals." Basically putting a man in. And they went and took that. If they win Game 6, they're winning Game 7. And I don't think Phoenix has enough. You have to win. You have to win a series, and they done got stuck. So and you got to think you're missing Kawhi, the Claw, Ibaka, Zubac out now. But this is why people said they were the deepest team in the NBA. Look at all the bodies they down, and they still banging in the conference final. Come on now. You know what your eyes tell you.
Y'all ready? Y'all through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, let's call him what his name is. It's King Kawhi. That's his name.
I ain't going that far either.
Paul George's name is not Playoff P.
Who is he?
It's half Playoff P and half, oh, Lord, what's going on now? That's what it is. Oh, Lord, help. Because any day now, he can go missing in action. Any day now. Don't get me wrong. Paul George played his tail off yesterday. And you know me. I'm going to give props where props is due.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you like it is. Paul George played. But like I said, who in their right mind thought DeMarcus Cousins was going to give you 15 points in 11 minutes?
Boogie.
Nobody thought Boogie. Everybody thought Boogie wasn't boogieing no more. People, you did. Let's get real. You didn't even think Boogie was supposed to be boogieing like Saturday Night Live. Nobody thought he would do that.
I told in game 1 or 2, man, they should play Boogie. Boogie will bully that young man down there and them people, man.
And don't get me wrong. And then Reggie Jackson has been playing. Marquise is which more one the Morris twins senior.
Yeah,
senior.
He finally showed up.
Yeah,
because he haven't showed up. Do you actually think he might show up in game 6?
Yes.
Do you trust that he's going to show up in game 7? That's the thing. That's the question that you got to ask. Can you really trust these players are going to show up in game 7 and game 6? Do you really believe that?
Yes.
So you willing to bet $100 if someone say, hey, yo, I bet you $100 that these players won't show up. You gonna bet?
I wouldn't on game 6, but game 7.
Yes.
I'm not confident that that's gonna show up. Don't get me wrong, they played their tail off. Yeah. Paul George, I thought when he came out second half and when Tyronn Lue sat him down and he came back in the game and he was missing, I said, okay, Paul George then went back to normal now. But he didn't. He sucked it up. But everybody know Paul George should foul out every game because he pushing off every cotton picking time he go to the hole. We know that. We see that. Everybody know that. He pushing off with that right arm, left arm, every time he go to the hole, he's pushing off.
All stars get that call, don't they?
Shouldn't. He shouldn't.
But he do.
And you know some of them calls that Paul George got last night, it go to the other end, Booker get knocked down on his behind, and the refs don't call nothing. Paul George get spit on or barely nicked, and the refs calling a foul. Paul George was getting the calls last night, and we know this. Let's call the game even on both ends of the floor, because right now, don't get me wrong, the Clippers came out with a game plan. They played bully ball, and they bullied Phoenix. Phoenix is gonna have to stop all this finesse stuff, and they're gonna have to play bully ball. They're gonna have to put a chokehold on that pit bull named Beverly. They're gonna have to put a choke chain on him. If they don't put a choke chain on him, that joker gonna keep running wild and biting everybody's kneecaps off, and that's what he's doing right now. He's biting Booker's kneecaps. He biting CP3's kneecap. He talking noise. He getting all up in their grill, and they not fighting back. Until they fighting back, Beverly is gonna keep doing what he's doing. Here it is. This man just fouled your veteran, your team leader, and then he gets up and started mocking him, and nobody come over there and punch him in the face. Nobody come over there and say nothing to him. He's sitting there like, your man down on the ground, hurt, or quote as he's supposed to be.
Flopping.
And nobody came to the sideline and nobody said nothing to Beverly. And then Beverly went up to CP3 as he was taking the ball out, shaking his hand and apologizing. Man, CP3 should have looked at that joke and said, okay, I got something for you. See, when I was taught, there's always some kind of way to get somebody back legally in the game. I ain't gotta do no cheap shot. I can foul you legally. Yeah, I might get a flagrant one. But as good as acting jobs as these cotton picking NBA players do, I can foul you where they'll call a flagrant one, but you'll stop all this nonsense that Beverly is doing, Patrick Beverly is doing. And you know that.
But who is that guy for Phoenix? Jay Crowder? They don't have no enforcer. They don't really have.
And Jay Crowder is like totally MIA for the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's been missing, and that's what I'm saying. So, come game 6, I think Booker's gonna be on the mission. I do think that mask is bothering him. You got that plastic hot mask on your face, and then you got a pit bull nibbling at your ankles.
And then when he's not on you, Terrence Mann is on you. You're in trouble.
So it's supposed to be interesting. Don't get me wrong. I thought the Clippers will give a good fight. I did a video yesterday, and I made the statement. I said if Phoenix can withstand the run of the Clippers, they will win. They could not withstand the run of the Clippers, and they end up losing. And they're gonna have to win. They need to take them out in Game 6. You supposed to make it even harder for yourself by going back to Phoenix in a Game 7. But my thing is, who's gonna crack under pressure? Who's gonna crack under pressure? Because the pressure cooker lid is getting put on, and it's supposed to be turned up. I want to see who's gonna crack under pressure. It's Paul George. In the past, we have seen Paul George crack under pressure.
I don't think we're going to see that version of Paul George this year. I just don't. I just see him actually overcoming this, because this is the biggest stage that Paul George had in his NBA career. He's actually in the Western Conference Finals with 2 games, and he can be in the NBA Finals.
So, but think about this though. Let's look at this scoring. Who's been missing for Phoenix? Bridges had 5. Crowder had 4. Ayton had 10. Johnson had 14. Payne had 5. They're missing their bench play is missing. And if their bench don't show up, they will not win. Crowder cannot score just 4 points. If Crowder would have scored his normal 10 points, if Payne would have scored his normal 14 points, we'll be talking about a whole different story. Just like y'all said, if it woulda, coulda, but you can't go at if.
So is that the Clippers shutting them down, or they just disappeared? I think the Clippers had a little bit to do with them, because Crowder has been on the court.
Yeah, he started.
Payne
has the bad ankle, but he's out there.
Yeah,
so. Breaking news. Trae Young has been ruled out for the game tonight.
Oh my!
This series over.
Yeah,
this series done. Okay. This series is done.
Yeah, Hawks gave it a run.
They might as well play an old game on the TV.
Yeah, the Hawks need to go in and wave the white flag.
Yeah, it's done. But back to the Suns and Clippers. We're gonna get to them Hawks and Bucks in a minute.
Okay.
Back to the Clippers.
So I'm just thinking that is the Clippers defense is showing up and taking them guys away, or they just went MIA?
I think they just went MIA. I don't think necessarily it's the defense that have taken them away. I just think they have allowed the refs to get in their head. They've allowed Beverly to get in their head, and it has taken them out their game totally. And you look at Booker. I think it done took Booker out of his game. They so worried about the refs that it has taken them out their game.
But that's the thing, though. Like, as a Clipper and like Pat Bev and them, they're glad at that. They're playing mental warfare, you know? So if I could get you thinking about the ref and steal some games, I mean, why not? That's why a lot of young teams don't make it far. Chris Paul's supposed to be the veteran, you know, but Chris Paul has been a part of a couple of 3-1 letdowns with the Clippers over there with him and Doc Rivers, so he know about this life. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna just let him off the hook.
He was part of that Houston squad that allowed Golden State to come back,
right? And then you got to think, if you've been in the league that long and you've never been to a final, you was just at home, game 5. And like I say, I don't know about the illness, the after effect, or this and that. You'd have thought he'd have played better than that. Your first chance to go to a final after all these many years, you know what I'm saying? And you're at home, game 5, can knock these guys out. He didn't play typically well either.
I think game 6 is going to go down to the wire. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going. Monty Williams as a coach. I think Tyronn Lue, he's a good game management adjuster during the game, halftime, any time of the game. He's good at adjustments.
Let me throw you a stat out there.
I think Monty Williams is good at adjustments too. So I still say it's the bench play. Whichever bench shows up, that's who's going to win.
Well, let me give you a stat on old Ty Lue. In elimination games of the last 40 years, he's 10-2. Okay. That's with having Bron in Cleveland and now having King Kawhi and PG-13 playoff P.
Hey, man,
in his country.
If you don't stop at this King Kawhi stuff, man, you need to stop at all this King Kawhi stuff.
And Kawhi might get a ring and didn't play in the Western Conference Finals and may not play in the finals, and he still might get a ring.
It's the bench. It's all about the bench play.
Well, we'll take that. I'll take Reggie Jackson and
Reggie Jackson starter. He not bench.
Well, Man and
Kennard,
and if they show up, then they
Cousins,
Boogie.
They're the deepest team. They have these other guys could be starting on another team. I can't say that about Phoenix.
Kennard,
he could start somewhere. He a shooter
in the G League.
No, he a shooter. Come on.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
that's disrespectful.
Philly could use him.
He's not going to be a starter. He's not going to be a starter. He's a liability on defense, and he's a streaky shooter. He will not be a starter.
Well, he's a better shooter than Ben Simmons.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about NBA Ben Simmons or rec ball Ben Simmons. Because rec ball Ben Simmons is all world.
We ain't talking about rec ball. We talking about NBA Ben Simmons.
But you don't think Terrence Mann and them are just a better coming off the bench squad? I know they've been starting Man too here, but that's the thing. They're so depleted. Half their benches hadn't to start now, and they're still like, come on now.
Because Reggie Jackson was coming off the bench.
Phoenix will win in 7.
You don't want it to go 7.
I don't want it to go 7. No. We don't want. Phoenix don't want it to go 7.
Chris Paul gonna have them demons.
Because if it goes 7, even though it's at home, you done gave these boys some life, and you done get and one thing about Beverly,
once you give him a dough,
he's gonna come in and he's gonna be biting at your ankles left and right.
And plus, playoff P, he play. I stole that, took that from you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
But he plays a little better when there's no pressure. Game 7 in Phoenix, everybody would be saying Phoenix gonna win, so he would go in there and probably hit you with all 40.
But then also the pressure get to him, and if it's close, who do you trust? Who do you trust more, Paul George or Booker?
Playoff P.
I'm going with Reggie Jackson. Let him take the shot.
Playoff P.
Come on.
Playoff Pete.
You know, man, you don't even believe that.
That man,
Yes.
he didn't make the 2 free throws, so I'm going with Reggie Jackson, man. It should be 3-2 anyway, but we're not going to go
Okay,
there.
should be. See, there you go.
I'm
it
just
should
saying,
be
you got to
3-2.
if in early. Let me throw one in, man.
You said it should be 3-2. Should be.
But it's not. It's not.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you earlier. Yeah, if he would have made the free throws, it might be 3-2. If they would have guarded the inbound pass, they might have made the dunk. If Jordan wouldn't
here we go.
If Jordan wouldn't have stole the ball from Karl Malone and then went down and pushed off on Russell and hit the shot, Chicago wouldn't be champions. Utah would have been champions.
But that's
so
what J
you know what I'm saying? You know, if Ray Allen, if the ball wasn't tipped by Chris Bosh and ended up in Ray Allen's hand at the 3-point line, San Antonio would have been champions. So, hey,
take all that out.
Every game you have something that you can put an if in. If the refs would have called Dez Bryant actual catch, a catch,
it wasn't a catch.
Dallas would have went to the NFC Championship.
With all that being said, Clippers and 7.
If Cam Newton wouldn't fumble the ball last year, as New England was driving down the field, New England might would have made the playoffs. If Cam Newton wouldn't throw the ball in the dirt 95 times, New England might would have made the playoffs.
This is all Patriot M's. This is getting personal on the M's.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. With all that being said, Phoenix haven't closed the door yet.
And that's what I'm saying. They have to close the door on game 6. They have to. They cannot go game 6 and get blown out. If they get blown out, I believe when they go back to Phoenix,
wide open.
If Phoenix get blown out game 6,
the door wide open.
It's gonna be oh good God from Zion. It's gonna be terrible down in Phoenix. Can't no fans in sight help you if they get blown out in game 6 because you just made that game 7. Woo! We'll be right back on $2 Sports Talk Show on KBOB 89.9 FM.
Tulsa Transit is excited to introduce the Route 969 Workforce Express Network. The new Highway 169 Corridor Job Shuttle, WEN, is a fixed route service offering access from North Tulsa and Turley. Stops include Macy's, Amazon, Whirlpool, and Port of Catoosa. Save time and money when you ride the WEN Route 969. And for your protection, buses are cleaned daily. Visit tulsatransit.org for more details.
If your credit starts with a 3, 4, 5, or 6, this is for you. Did you know that it's costing you to have bad credit? You can't get qualified for that house or apartment and you're paying high interest rates, along with paying high car insurance, and it may be costing you that job that you really want. What are you waiting on? Take more of a holistic approach. Pick up the phone and call the Credit Shiro at 832-642-1554 or text CAMP to 76626. With 13 amazing services, we restore and repair generations to come. Once again, call the Credit Shiro at 832-642-1554 or text CAMP to 76626. If you know better, you do better. Only the Credit Shiro can help you to save the day.
Hey, it's Alfre Woodard. When I'm in Tulsa, I keep it on KBOB. That's how I find out what's really happening. KBOB 89.9 FM.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show here on KBOB 89.9 FM. You can stream us live at KBOB 899.com. Make sure y'all tune in to the Juice Radio Show every Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. These young bucks, they be getting in. So if you're a grandparent and you want to figure out what is my grandchild thinking, tune into the Juice Radio Show and you'll find out what he's thinking, because they don't think like us adults. They have a mind of their own.
Yeah.
Juice Radio Show every Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. only on KBOB 89.9 FM. Before our special guests come on, let's talk a little bit about the NBA in the East Conference Finals. Trae Young out. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Club ATL.
It's a wrap, man. There's nothing else I can't say anything. They don't have the horses to do what's need to be done. What's going on, Mr. Charles Harper of News You Can Use, and Miss Takia Weaver Overstreet. Thank you for listening to the Two Dogs Sports Talk Show, and Mr. Rudy Yard Lewis. Thank you for listening to the Two Dogs Sports Talk Show. They don't have the horses, man. They don't have the horses. If Milwaukee lose to the Atlanta Hawks
without Trae Young,
I was just,
they just need to say, here, y'all gone to the final. We done.
Because you got to think, this is a chance Atlanta have to actually run an offense that's not, just Trae screen and roll. And Milwaukee has no clue what they're going to do. I mean, you know how Atlanta plays, screen with Trae. So now that they don't even have that to game plan, they don't really have anything to game plan for. So I would say Atlanta actually had a good shot in this game, but not in the series if Trae don't play anymore.
And how in the world you can't hold on, y'all.
Club ATL.
For the streaming folk, y'all can see, and for the Facebook folk, I'm gonna let y'all see B's face.
Serious.
Because he actually trying to say this stuff with a straight face and be serious. I don't see how he's saying this with a straight face. They couldn't win with Trae Young this last series. They getting blown out. And if Giannis play like he been playing, stop not shooting threes and playing in the paint, they don't have. It's Capella almost 7 foot or Capella 5'2", because that's what it seemed like. Cause Giannis in the paint just misusing them, and then you got Middleton. I call him Middle. I don't know what he's gonna do at times.
That's what I was just about to say. What are you counting on? Giannis is a guaranteed 30 and 10. But what else are you going? What else is penciled in for Milwaukee? What else?
Atlanta's 40 points is gone.
True that.
They 40 points is gone. So Middleton, all you gotta do is score 20. He scored 20. Holiday been misusing them. Who's gonna stop him?
I'm giving him a chance. I'm giving ATL a chance tonight.
Here it is. You wouldn't even give Phoenix a chance, but you're gonna give Atlanta a chance?
Yeah.
Oh, good God from Zion, man.
When did I not give Phoenix a chance? I said if they lose game 6, I'm going Clippers in 7. But Atlanta, I give them a good chance tonight now.
Man, I'll be John Brown. That's why you're a New England Patriot fan right there, because you're giving Atlanta will lose by 15 points tonight or more.
That might be true.
Ain't no mic to it. Go ahead, yo, talk so he can stop talking, man. It's one time we bring these guests on the show and they start talking crazy.
Not crazy.
I have a problem with Giannis has 2 moves. He has the
road runner
and the spin. That's all he has.
He has the road runner and the tornado.
And you know what he's gonna do because he's gonna back up and get his head of steam, and then he's coming to the hole. But how you let him shoot 80% from inside the painted area?
You can't stop that long plastic man.
Cause I mean, he takes a step, and the next step he's at the goal. He's at the rim. Finger rolling.
He's finger rolling from the dotted line. From the dotted line, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's playing like a monster. But who's impressed me about the Bucks is the POV, the POW. That's what I'm calling him, Chris Middleton. Cause some days he shows up, and some days he's a prisoner of war. So
I told you his name is Middle, but we call him Middle None because we don't know what he's gonna do. Middle don't know. Middle don't know.
So how do you know what he's gonna give you this next game?
Yeah, because he might not show up,
but he's gonna give you at least 15. He's gonna give you at least 15.
Okay.
And Trae Young gone. That's all you need.
Don't be surprised if John the Baptist have a really big game. And Red Velvet.
I thought his name was Red Mamba, but okay. Red Velvet. We'll go with Red Velvet Cake.
Lord have mercy.
Bogdanovich, those boys might show up.
Man,
I just don't know
you're
who
not in the NBA
they gonna
for
show
no
up.
reason.
They gonna show up. You know, they gonna show up.
Yeah.
But it don't mean whether they gonna show up to play and play good. They gonna show, you know, the fans gonna show up, the refs gonna show up, but it don't mean they fist to come and play.
But the head of the snake is gone. We know that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And when you cut off the head, what happens?
Well, sometimes it grows another one.
I'm just saying it might
Man,
be.
I'm just saying
it might be more of a competitive game than you think. I'm not saying Atlanta's
going to be
Percy
Jackson.
Oh man,
this ain't the Percy Jackson.
So you don't think it'll be competitive? You don't think it'll even be competitive?
Yeah, for about first quarter, second quarter. This game gonna be over halftime. If this game is not over at halftime, something wrong.
Okay.
So that would be something wrong with the Bucks.
Yeah, something wrong with the Bucks.
Okay, just make sure.
Something wrong with the Bucks. If this game is not over at halftime,
I just think they're gonna have to win it. I'm not saying they won't, but But Bucks got to show me, man. I haven't seen it with the Bucks yet, so the Bucks have to show me go out there and win it. That's it. I'm not just saying Atlanta is great, but come on, show me.
Atlanta shouldn't really be in this contest, period, with or without Trae Young. And for Atlanta to actually win games against the Bucks,
exactly.
What they gonna do?
They don't have anything that can stop Giannis. Why did Atlanta even win a couple games?
Trae Young scored 35 points last game. 35.
Got hurt in the third.
Those 35 gone. Who fits to make up for them 35? Lemon Pepper Lou?
Well, he need to step up. He need to go to Magic City, go get his special wings, and then show up at the game ready to play.
Pepper, man. Lemon Pepper.
They might not need to go take a trip to Magic City so they get the head right, so they come back and play good. Because they need to play good. They need to have an awesome game. Because like you said, they need to make up 40. So somebody gonna. So if you have 3-4 cats step up, they all get 10 to 15 more points than they usually do. That would take up that 40 points that they be missing.
Okay, but that's just one person.
And then see a lot of teams relax.
So I mean, they're gonna have to have somebody. They're gonna have to score at least 60 points to make up for that 35. Because you got 35 from Trae, and then you got the other points that they score. So they first have to double what Trae Young scored just to win.
It's possible. They are professional basketball players. They all get a check.
Oh, yeah. And until I see Giannis and them go do it, like I say, Giannis guaranteed 30 and 10. But these other guys he got, I just don't know. I need to see them.
Yeah. Plus, if the Bucks do get there, they're going to have problems with, they definitely going to have problems with the Clip Show or Phoenix. But definitely if they play the Clippers, they're going to have problems. Because I think Bev would stick Middleton, and he really would be a POW.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because he would be totally taken out the game. Because he'd be all in his grill. But I hate that for Trae Young. He's a pretty much a superstar in the making.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting his name on the map. I think we're going to see a lot more televised games of the Atlanta Hawks because of him. And I just see him being great for probably the next 10 to 15 years and being in the playoffs probably every year from now to probably, 2030s?
Yeah, but we got our special guest on the line. We have Mr. Jawan Parker on the line. How's it going, sir?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Oh, we doing real good here. We doing real good. We just talking a little bit NBA playoffs and what's going on with the Bucks and the Hawks and then the Clippers and the Suns. What before we start? What's your pick? What's your say?
Man, I think the Bucks got a little bit too much for the Hawks. The Hawks was kind of overachieved a little bit. And then I'm definitely rooting for my guy CP with the Suns, man. It's good to see him finally, after all these years, get the opportunity.
See, that's why I keep trying to tell these jokers that the Clippers are some timing. But I do believe that the Suns got to take them out in Game 6. If they give them any inch, it's going to be trouble back in Phoenix.
Oh, for sure, especially with the Clippers being able to come back from down 3-1 a couple times already, so they kind of feel like they got them where they want to, I feel.
I believe so, too. So
see, now you're talking like you got some sense, because first he was coming all ludicrous, and I was like, this dude just come on here and just talking about the Phoenix Suns like the Phoenix Suns and just choke.
All right.
I was like, man, what's he doing?
We got Mr. Jawan Parker on the show with Two Dog Sports Talk Show. You're on here with Drone and you and our special guest host, Mr. B. Tell us a little bit about how you got started playing basketball. What made you want to start playing basketball here in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Man, it was really, I come from a basketball family. My dad, Johnny Parker, played at Ole Miss, and then my older brother, Jason Parker, played at Tulsa University. Set a bunch of, school records, top 5 all time in just about every category at TU. So, it came natural. Dad put a ball in my hand at a young age.
So, is that something that you always wanted to do when you started? So, was your brother the one that you looked up to, or was there other people in the neighborhood that you looked up to?
Oh, it was definitely my brother. I mean, my dad, like I said, put it in my hand at a young age, and it was something, I thought was cool. It got me out the house, kept me out of trouble. But, yeah, definitely my brother I looked up to, and it was competition from day one, and I always wanted to beat the standard he set.
So, now you went to Booker T, and when you got there and you knew the reputation that Booker T had, what type of pressure did that put on you to show out and become that All-American star that you were?
Oh, man, it was a bunch of pressure, especially, I was from South Tulsa, and everybody expected me to go to Memorial. And I just felt going to Booker T would be better for my chances of playing college ball. And from day one, that community is different. That fan base is different from anywhere that I've seen, especially in Tulsa. And the pressure was so crazy. I remember my first game starting as a freshman. I went 0 for 10, and all 10 shots were in the paint layups. And I just felt such embarrassment after that, man. But I got right, kept working, put my head down, and got to the grind, and it all worked out.
Now, when you chose to go to Georgia, what made you choose Georgia over any other school that recruited you?
I really believe so. My head coach was Mark Fox, who's now at Cal, but I really believe in his vision. He was really trying to build a culture there. I think he was in his second or third year. Obviously, they had Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and I knew if, Coach Fox could help develop him, then I had a good shot as well. And we really just family. When I went on my couple of visits down there, it felt like I knew them from jump, and, that made me feel comfortable. I knew I had a spot to play, and it all just worked out that way.
Now, injury hindered a lot of your time at Georgia. Is that when you focus and started? I knew you always focus on your education, but did you put more emphasis on your education once the injuries and things started to try to slow down your play?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm the son of two lifelong educators. My mom was a high school guidance counselor, and my dad's a law professor. That was drilled into me.
Oh, good Lord. Ooh, Lord. Lord, have mercy. High school guy and a lot. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yeah.
He couldn't leave the dinner table until his homework was done.
Yeah. he had to do homework before he could eat. You can't eat till your homework is done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I got to check it first.
Yep. So, cause you didn't go take no basket weaving, none of these easy classes when you went to college. You took classes that would help you after college. What made you do that? Besides your parents being law professors and counselors and.
My dad instilled in me just being able to take advantage of opportunities. They're giving you a free education. Don't just, take the easy way out. Because, like you said, although I took school seriously before the injuries really woke me up to, like, man, basketball can be over at any time. And if I got a degree in underwater basket weaving, then I'm going to have a long, hard life. So,
right.
I got to really be serious and focus on what I want to do. And the injuries helped me do that, even though I kind of had, I was serious about education. But the injuries really taught me, like, man, this ball can be done at any moment. Let me, find something that's going to give me a job after ball.
So what was that major that you decided to major in when you went to college? Did it change when you got there, or did it stay the same when you got there?
So I majored in business management. The University of Georgia has a top 10 business school, and I knew, I was real into entrepreneurship. I knew, business was kind of not a catch-all degree, but something that I can hang my hat on and do multiple things. It was multifaceted and just set me up to have the most options in the long run.
Now, you said that your brother was your idol. So when was you able to beat your brother in a one-on-one basketball game?
Oh, man, it took a long time. Probably maybe 17 or 18, maybe even 19, because he played a long career overseas. He played 7, 8 years overseas, so he was still in shape. He was always tough to beat, and I think I might have eked one out maybe freshman or sophomore year of college.
So basically you're saying you had to wait till he was out of shape to be
Hey, just about, man. He's almost 40 and can still out-hoop a lot of guys to this day.
Wow. So when you finished college, and so what did you do after your college career was over? After you got out of college, what was the thing that you say, okay, this is what I want to do?
So I was blessed enough to play 1 year professionally overseas. So I went to Germany, played, had an amazing time, probably the best season ever playing basketball. I got back that off season and realized I didn't want to go back overseas because, like you said, I had a big injury history. I had finally done a season completely injury-free. I lived my dream. I got paid to play basketball. It was all great. And I really followed coaching. So through some help from some old coaches, I actually was in player development with the Milwaukee Bucks last season during the bubble season. And after the bubble season, came to Columbia, South Carolina, and started coaching high school boys, where I've really like fallen in love with the level, not just the basketball, but the personal development aspect of impacting young people.
Okay. And so now you've written a book. The book is called The Guide: How to Win in College. What made you decide to write this type of book?
Really, I had a really unique college experience. You know, ESPN touted me college basketball's most educated man for being the only college basketball player in history to be playing with a completed master's degree. So, you know, it was something where I knew I could use that experience to help the athletes that came behind me, because it wasn't like I was, you know, no offense to guys who didn't play a lot, but it wasn't like I was a scrub. I was a 3-year starter, and I have the credentials to back it up off the court. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm a guy who played, I lettered, and I can show you how to be successful in the classroom. So I really wanted to, you know, give back and help try to teach the guys behind me, man, that this, like I said, this ball thing can be over at any moment. What are you going to lean back on?
So what are some of the nuggets, without giving the whole book away where people have to come and read it? What are some of those nuggets in the book that'll make us say, okay, I need to get this book for my son or my daughter?
First off, in the book, I detailed the way I started early. I started early in high school getting college credits and went into college as an academic sophomore. So I had 30-plus credit hours before I stepped onto a college campus. So that would be the first thing I would say, is starting early. And then another big nugget is picking a degree with options. When you get to school and you got that free ride, which is a blessing, not everybody gets it, don't waste it on basket weaving. Don't waste it on liberal arts where you don't know what you're trying to do. Get a degree that gives you the most options, the most flexibility, and it's in something you're actually interested in.
Okay. So basically, are you giving them some clues to how to first approach college when that freshman year? Are you telling them how to approach each year of college, or is it just encompass of everything?
A little bit of both. I detailed, like, from the start of high school, these guys need to be doing, you know, AP classes, taking their ACT, SAT early, and then even going into detailing what my class schedule and daily schedule looked like as a college athlete and how to take better advantage of that time. So I detailed my schedule, I wrote it all out, and gave, you know, tips and tricks for the student athletes to, you know, take the most advantage of a scholarship.
Okay. So, is this book number one, or is this book number one of many?
You know, I never, but now that I have one complete, I think I have a unique voice and a unique perspective, so it could be one of many, Lord willing. I never, you know, limit myself. I don't believe in limiting beliefs, so, you know, I'll always keep that door open.
Okay. So, before we get off here, we want
I got another question. Yeah, I got another
Joe
question.
got one more question.
Okay, so now that you're a high school basketball coach, what do you take from Booker T and the University of Georgia to take to them boys? And is in Columbia, South Carolina? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was stationed at Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina.
Really? Small world.
Yeah.
I'm up at Fort Jackson all the time.
So what do you take from Booker T and the University of Georgia to the boys in Columbia, South Carolina?
It was something I learned at Booker T, and it was even deeper ingrained into me at Georgia, and that would be competition and toughness, man. I mean, literally at Booker T, coming in as a freshman, I've never seen a tougher group of guys through a 4-year period. I mean, to the point practices were way harder than games. Like, we're fighting in practice, getting into fist fights in practice. I mean, and you can tell by our record early on. We won state my freshman year, and then we had that undefeated season my sophomore year. And when I tell you it was blood, sweat, and tears in practice, that's what it was. And that made the game so much easier. And then even at Georgia, man, we had such a sense of toughness. We had tough guys in the locker room. Like, they'll fight you over a biscuit, man. Like, it would get serious in those practices, and it made the game so much easier. So that's really what I try to instill in my guys here. Like, man, life is hard, and I feel like sports are the greatest analogy for life. So we might as well get tough here. That way you're better prepared, not just for games, but for life in the future.
Okay. So before we get you off here, we always have our guests give some encouraging words to the listeners and to young people. What would those encouraging words be from you?
Oh, man, it would be keep your head up and keep the faith. Man, God make blessings out of any mess. And I'm living proof of that as a guy who was injured and thought, why God, why me? Why are you taking my dreams? And he has blessed me so abundantly beyond my wildest dreams, even though it wasn't the plan I had for myself. So work hard. Like I said, work hard, keep your head up, and keep the faith, man. It's all going to work out.
All right. We want to thank you for coming on the show. And the $2, we're going to buy a book, and we want to give a book to the first parent that has a high school student. We're gonna give this book to the first parent, to the third caller at 918-856-3873, 918-856-3873. After we get off this call, the first caller, you will win a book. You will win Jawan's new book, How to Win at College. We want to thank you for coming on the show. We really do appreciate you coming on. Make sure you text me your t-shirt size and where I can send you a $2 t-shirt.
For sure, no. Appreciate you guys. Just want to say the book is available on Amazon. The guide, How to Win the Game in College. I appreciate y'all, and y'all be blessed.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
All right. That was Mr. Jawan Parker, formerly of the Booker T. Washington Hornets and the Georgia Bulldogs. And the first caller that has a high school student at 918-856-3873. 918-856-3873. You will win Jawan Parker's new book, Guide, How to Win at College, from the $2 Sports Talk Show.
That's good stuff right there.
That's it. Hey, that's what we try to do, man.
Right
we want to give back, and we want to encourage young people and support young people, and anything that we can do for when they go to college to help them be prepared. That's what we want to do here at $2 Sports Talk Show.
Man, who was on his squad at Booker T? They went undefeated.
Hey, man, I forgot who was on that squad. Booker T came in with us with
super duper squad, because he said practices was tough.
They didn't play.
So I'm trying to think, what year was that? Because they had, Booker T keep a hoop squad.
Growing up, I used to wonder where did they get these tall players from. Every last one of their players, man. Every year they had a guard that stood almost 6'9", 6'10", meaning a center.
Yeah.
You go around to other high schools, they centers might be standing 6'2", 6 foot. Booker T got 2 or 3. Running 6'9", 6'10". I'm like, where in the world they get another one of these jokers from? I'm like, go goobity goes.
And then Booker T was throwing lobs and dunking. You'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, back in that's what I wish we can get back to, man. Back in the day, them high school games here
was awesome.
I'm talking about, if you wasn't at the high school game between a Booker T. McLean or Booker T. and Central or Central McLean, if you wasn't at the game by halftime of the girls' game,
you wasn't getting in.
You wasn't getting in.
Yeah, you wasn't getting
in.
Yeah,
it was jam packed from the Raptors. From seasoned people to young people, alumni, the whole nine. Unless you knew somebody,
you wasn't getting in.
Yeah. You know, I remember I seen year it was Central and Booker T, and I had to work. And I was working at Mazio's in Sand Springs. I was like, man, I don't want to go to work, man. Man, I was up there at Mazio's. I'm like, man, we slow. Y'all need to let me go home. Go ahead, let me go. We slow. Finally, they said, go ahead and go. I hopped in my car, went home, told me, hey, man, I can't go to the game. Yeah, go ahead and go. It was sold that. If I didn't know nobody at the door,
yeah, he wouldn't have got in.
I wouldn't have getting in. That joker, and that's what we miss.
Yeah,
that's what we miss on the north side. That's what we miss in Tulsa.
Yeah,
the support of parents in the community for these high school students, where it was jam packed. Even when I went to Academy Central on game night, it was jam packed. Every parent in the neighborhood was there supporting the children, whether you had a child or not.
Because McLean had Shay Seals, so if you didn't show up with your A game, and you let Shay get hot, he's gonna be problems because he's talking noise and he's shooting the ball lights out. Booker T had the super height and guards, and they throwing lobs, and you don't want them to throw a lob on you, and then the whole crowd go, ooh.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm talking about hey man, it used to be wild though. Okay. It used to be wild.
And then we had Leonard, who was 6'7", with Tweet and Tiz, and Leonard would come up with something crazy to do during the game.
Oh, hey, game. If we can ever get back to that, man.
Yeah, that was big time high school basketball for the Tulsa area.
Yeah, so I was talking to one of the coaches because they say they have only so many tournaments they can do, and so I was talking to one of the coaches about seeing if we can do like a 2-dog tournament or something with Central, Memorial, McLean, and Booker T, and then schools from up in Oklahoma City, O.C. Douglas, Star Spencer.
You're trying to have a serious hoop tournament?
Yeah, and do a tournament, do a 2-dog tournament, and the proceeds go to support sickle cell. But it'll be one of the main tournaments that we do, and that's I was talking to one of the coaches about that. I think it might have been Coach Allison about that, about seeing what we able to do if we able to get something like that done. To try to get that done, man, because that rivalry, man, is missing.
Yeah,
and you don't have that no more, you know, and I think that hurt a lot of the high school.
Yeah,
where Jinx and Union and Owasso and BA, they still got that rivalry.
Yeah,
they still got that competition. Where we done lost that over here on the north side between Booker T, Central, McLean, Memorial. We done lost that rivalry.
Yeah.
And we need to try to figure out how we can get that rivalry back. As coaches, we need to figure out in the school system, how do we get this back? We cannot let this go. Now, football was always lopsided.
Yeah.
But basketball, it was pretty even Steven.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, except when Booker T had them 9 foot centers. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be right back here on KBOB 89.9 FM on $2 Sports Talk Show. We'll be right back, and we're gonna talk more NBA. Then we're gonna talk some NFL. Like we said, we're going division by division on KBOB 89.9 FM.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Hello, Tulsa. This is Janetta Tolles with Sunday Dinner and More by Janet, your weekend soul spot. Every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. We're located 531 East Apache in the historic Apache Circle Center. Of course, during these times, it's carry-out only, but you can call 918-951-5143. That's Sunday Dinner and More by Janet.
Advertise in the Tulsa Black-Owned Business Guide. It's a monthly publication reaching all of Oklahoma and beyond, giving exclusive content about your business and many businesses that are connected to you. Full page and half pages are available. Purchase and artwork are due on the 25th of each month. Visit us online right now at www.tulsabobn.com for more details, or email us right now at tulsabobn@gmail.com for pricing. The Food on the Move Mobile Food Initiative is a collaboration to mobilize good quality food into hard-to-reach economically challenged areas. Meet us every Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. on Greenwood in the OSU Tulsa parking lot. For more details, give us a call at 918-928-6653 or go to our website at www.foodonthemoveok.com. At payhip.com/B/NB_A_C. The book release is set to hit June 1st, 2020. If you're ready to publish your book, visit us online at www.pnjpublishing.com. Unleash that book that's inside of you with P&J Publishing.
Everybody's talking about you and her together.
Tulsa Transit is excited to introduce the Route 969 Workforce Express Network. The new Highway 169 Corridor Job Shuttle, WEN, is a fixed route service offering access from North Tulsa and Turley. Stops include Macy's, Amazon, Whirlpool, and Port of Catoosa. Save time and money when you ride the WEN Route 969. And for your protection, buses are cleaned daily. Visit tulsatransit.org for more details.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor Tim.
And Nicole.
And we want to encourage you guys to tune in
into
to the His and Her Show, Living the Dream Show. We talk about so many issues, community events and activities.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Talk Show. Woo! Here on the $2 Sports. How? You're on the $2 show. I just said that, man.
Yeah, you did.
I guess I'm getting a little bit tongue-tied. I'm ready to talk sports. But make sure you're all tuned in every Wednesday to News You Can Use. Only on KBOB 89.9 FM. This is a news station that if you want to know what's going on in North Tulsa or in Tulsa, period. If you want to know what's going on in Minnesota, if you want to know what's going on around the world, if you want to know what's going on in your grandma's backyard, you need to tune in to News You Can Use, because if it's news, they got you covered. Mr. Charles Hopper and Miss Damali Wilson. They got you covered on News You Can Use every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I got a shout out. Want to shout out LaTanya Dixon in Georgia. She watching the show. Welcome to the $2 family.
Club ATL.
Club ATL.
Oh, boy, y'all burnt up today. Y'all blacking out today. All right, let's talk a little bit about this Milwaukee Bucks Atlanta game. Are we all in consensus that this is over, or is beat only holdout? You know, if we was in a jury and we done showed all the evidence, and we all sitting there mad, ready to go home, tired because B is holding out. What do we got to do to convince you that this series is over?
Well, I'm not. Well, this is the thing. I just need to see Milwaukee win. Just if they win tonight, then hey, I mean, it's over, you know. But like I say, I done seen too many. Chris Middleton them have the great game. come on. It's like every other game. You got a good game, a bad game. I'm just going off the law logic of what they show from the whole playoffs. They play one good game, they go bad. I'm not saying Atlanta is better than them right now, but I'm just going off the law averages. They never play two good games in a row.
And
that's what I'm going off
I
of.
agree with you on that. I understand. But Trae Young is out. Middleton don't have to score 90 tonight. Middleton can score 20 and they still win.
We'll see.
Capella don't got no lob man no more.
Like the other guys are just gonna go lay down because there's no Trae Young. Some guys relish that moment and like, hey, I've been waiting on my time to step up. We're gonna see what they do.
Do you actually say with a straight face that Atlanta got that type of dude?
Bogey.
Who?
Bogey.
Buy one, get one free?
No. Bogdanovich. He gonna go get his today. And John the Baptist. What? Mark my word. You heard it here first.
Yeah, they gotta have some scores.
Yeah.
You know, they gonna score, but they don't have a shot tonight. I'm telling you now, if Milwaukee is not ahead by 15, 20 points at halftime, something is wrong. Giannis should have a field day.
Should. And I'm not disagreeing.
And
you
right
on
now,
that.
Giannis, this is one of those first series that I've seen Giannis stay in the paint and not be shooting all them threes, and he has dominated, literally dominated from start to finish.
No qualms about that. Yes, he has. Giannis has been great. I'm not doubting that. But I just need to see his other guys play two good games in a row. They just haven't. So when they do, I'll give it up to them. So, yeah, I'm holding out in the jury, and we got to see some more evidence, I guess.
You know what?
We need a little more evidence.
Me and yo sitting there hungry. They not feeding us down here. We're not getting paid no money. And we got to hold that, man. We supposed to go tie you up in the closet and say we need a new juror or something, man. Come on, yo, we can't be dealing with this one, yo,
man.
All right, real quick, what do you think about the new hires in the NBA?
I'm liking
30 seconds.
I'm liking it, but I'm just not understanding how Mark Jackson is just getting looked over. It's a lot. I'm glad we're getting to see some players that were great players, championship contenders, actually get a shot at being being the head guy in charge. So I'm glad of that. But I'm just thinking, what is the policy or criteria that you have to be a NBA head coach? Because if you had a job and you didn't take the job, but the guy after you took the same squad, used the same formula, and then win a championship, shouldn't that make you a relevant contending coach?
But do you think, what if Mark Jackson is happy and content with what he's doing?
That could be it, but they always throw his name up.
Okay, so what do you think about Chauncey Billups?
Like to hire. I think he's going to do a lot for Portland. I think he's going to help Dame Dollar develop his game, make him more of a leader. Because Chauncey's one of the best to do it. And he's seen top competition. So it will be good to have that in Dame Dollar's corner to see how far Dame Dollar can go.
What you say be about Chauncey?
I like Chauncey Billups. You know, he had a couple of upstairs jobs. So a lot of teams was kind of scared to hire him because, he's almost overqualified as a coach. But yeah, he'll do something with Portland. It's gonna have to be some changes. CJ and Dame are not going anywhere.
And that's what I said. I like to hire, but they're gonna have to do some overhaul.
Yeah,
I think they might have to get rid of Nurkic. I think they might have to get rid of CJ McCullough or Dame if Dame don't request a trade. But I like to hire for Portland. Jason Kidd to Dallas. 30 seconds.
I think he's going to help Luka. I think hopefully he'll get Luka more under control because Luka is a superstar. But sometimes I think he just loses it. So Jason Kidd should help him develop his professional game.
Should be good. Point guard for point guard. He needs it.
Oh, that was quick. That was quick and
Yeah,
short.
you 30 seconds. My man went by 45, but we ain't gonna say nothing right now.
I think Kid's a good hire. I think he's the one. Kid is the one that developed Giannis. And if Milwaukee would have kept him there, I think Giannis would be a lot further than where he is right now. And so I think Kid is going to be real good fit for Luka. Word on the street is that Orlando is looking at Penny Hardaway. What'd you say?
That he'll be going back home. He'll help boost attendance.
Yeah, thank you. Because you couldn't think of no players.
Because do they even have a starter? Like, you traded everything away. Who we gonna help?
He was sitting there thinking like he was trying to sell players. Like just
Is
said,
nobody trying to get to New Orleans though? Who's gonna coach Zion? I would have wanted the Zion job.
And that's the job that I'm wondering who is gonna get. But like I said, he was trying to think of a player so hard real quick and couldn't think of one. He just said he gonna help attendance.
Didn't he go to Chicago?
Oh yeah, I think he left too. Old bitch.
Yeah, so I think Penny Hardaway would have been good, but he don't have nothing to work with right now in Orlando. They're gonna have to give him at least 5 years because they're gonna have to build up that team. For him to have
They
something to work
got
with.
draft picks or trade something.
Yeah, but I think the hot commodity job right now, Wizards job is still open. Bill probably gone. Russ probably gone. So whoever get that position is going to be in a rebuild. But I think the job is the New Orleans job. Who is going to get that job in New Orleans? Because they have talent. They have the ability to make the playoffs. So who's going to?
But coming out the West, that's going to be tough.
But I think that job would be good for Mark Jackson. I think Mark Jackson will be good for Zion. Zion needs someone that's not going to coddle him and that's going to hold him to the fire.
Because look, when he got Steph and Clay and them, they were young. Like, he kind of molded these guys you're young. I don't know what they're going to actually do with Lonzo. I think he's up. But you still have Ingram, Zion, and a couple other guys. Like you said, I think Mark Jackson with some discipline. I didn't like the Van Gundy hire anyway.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Those are young guys. He don't understand anything about them. The days of the hard-nosed coaches and Bobby Knight type thing, those coaches are not working with the AAU guys anymore.
I think the hard-nosed coaches are still there, but you also still got to be able to relate to. I think this new age athlete, I think they want the hard-nosed coaching, but they also want you to be able to relate and be able to say, okay, I get on you, but also I love on you at the same time. And so I think if they understand that what you want from me is the best, but also you might get on to me, but also love on me too, I think they will be able to accept it a lot more.
But you got to think, some of them was probably looking at Van Gundy like, man, you don't know nothing about Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse. I mean, you got to be able to relate, man.
He said Clubhouse.
You got to be able to relate, man. You got to be able to relate to the youth, Okay. And if you're out of touch, like I think Mark Jackson is still enough in to where he could handle them.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk some football. Division we doing this week is because we got to be on here. We're gonna do AFC East.
Let's go.
All right. So you got Buffalo, New England, Jets, and Miami. So we're gonna start. We already know what he's gonna say. So we're gonna start with you, yo. What rank them from winner of the division to last? We already know who last is. Okay, so the
winner is Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to be able to run the football with Josh Allen and Diggs going over the top. I think they're going to be hard to stop. Number 2, I'm going to say New England, just because of Bill Belichick. Hopefully Cam is actually working on his accuracy. And if he don't, Mac Jones will be taking that starting job, but will he have enough help? 3 will be Miami. Miami's an up-and-comer, but I just don't think they have enough pieces to beat the 2 teams in front of them. And then last but not least, the Jets mess, and I still think they're going to be mess.
Okay. Go ahead, B. We already know who your number one is.
My number one for the division, I would have to say, would be New England.
That's a homer pick.
Yeah, no, but just knowing the division. You know things about the NFC East I might not know. Okay. I know things about the AFC East, so Buffalo is going to be a good team. So I picked those guys second. You have Miami, and then, like you say, the mess. So
okay, all right. I look at I want to say Buffalo. That's what I want to say.
But
I think New England is going to take that division.
My man.
The reason why I say New England is because last year
you better make this good.
Last year they had a lot of opt-outs. Cam Newton didn't have a full training camp. He had to learn a new offense. Plus, Cam caught COVID, and after he came back from COVID, it was all she wrote. He wasn't the same Cam he was at the beginning of the season. And they did something that they normally don't do, which is spend a lot of money in free agency. They normally don't spend a lot of money in free agency. And so they getting their opt-outs back. Belichick still has something to prove. And Josh Allen, to me, is as much as people want to anoint Josh Allen, I still think Josh Allen is wishy-washy. I still don't think Josh Allen is that dude. I think he do have bright upside, but I just think he's not that dude. I like the pickup of Buffalo when they picked up Emmanuel Sanders. I think that's going to help out still, but Emmanuel Sanders is getting up there in age. Stephon Diggs cannot do it by himself, and we've seen that they needed another receiver. They picked up Breida. They got Mitchell Trubisky as their backup, so they better hope that Josh Allen don't get hurt. Their defense is still suspect,
and they need to run the football.
And they got to run the ball.
They have no running.
And so Miami is that wild card. That's the wild card, not the New York Jets, but the Miami Dolphins is the wild card because they have a good coach. I like their coach, but they have a good team. Mm-hmm. And I think Tua is taking a different approach this year. He has a full training camp. He's not coming off no injury. No knee injury, anything like that. So it's going to be a different tour than what they had last year. They still had a good defense. And so that's the wild card. It's the Miami Dolphins. And what we see is supposed to happen with them. But I still think that neither them or Buffalo is going to surpass the New England Patriots. I'm not saying New England's supposed to go far in the playoffs. No. But I think they go. I think they have enough to win the AFC East.
Wow.
I mean, you got to give it up to the man. The man knows what he's talking about.
Oh, now I know. Now
he just broke it down
now,
for you.
Now I know. Now I know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how yo didn't understand that. You broke it down for him.
Now the key thing is though Stephon Gilmore. Because yes. That's up in the air on whether he's going to be traded or what's going to happen with him. And that's a key cog on that defense is Gilmore.
Yeah, it is. But we'll let you ride with.
But what do you see out of Buffalo's defense? Like, I mean, I'm not getting what you're like. And then I sat there and watched the playoff game where they ran the ball, I think, twice or 3 times.
That's what they need to improve on. They have a formula. I just want to know what other they have developed chemistry between Stephon and Josh. But how much more are they going to evolve the offense So it's not such a, you know what's coming. Can you stop it? It should be more of, well, we got all these pieces. What poison do you want, and what are you going to accept?
Because Bill is going to take Diggs away. I'm sorry, but that's what Bill Belichick does. He's going to take your number one option away. Ask anybody.
True. So, but that's why they got a tight end. That's why they went and got a secondary receiver.
We'll see.
So hopefully they actually find a running back to get some touches to be more.
Well, they got Breida. They picked up Breida from San Francisco.
Okay.
And that's what they're looking at as a running back. With Breida, he wasn't bad at San Francisco. Okay. But my thing is, you look at New England. What did they do good when they was running a 2 tight end system? They got they went and picked up 2 tight ends.
Man.
They got the running game, so it's not going to be all on Cam Newton's arm. I do think Cam Newton has to play better. He has to throw better than 65% passing.
Well, with those tight ends, that's pretty much to help Cam, because that's one thing Cam can do is throw to the tight ends.
And plus, it allows us to, we do this a lot, like back to the Hernandez Gronkowski. It allows us to keep that personnel, and we have 2 big bruisers for our backs now, you know. And at the same time, these tight ends are not just blocking tight ends. We'll split them out. So we catch you in your run package.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we're splitting these tight ends, and you don't want that with Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, you know. Cam is going to be he has to complete those kind of passes. It's going to be real easy for him. Play action pass, hit the tight end over the middle. They're going to make it as simple as possible for him. He just has to complete them.
Cam is the key. I think the defense is going to be better because most of their opt out last year was on the defensive side. So which helped their defense this year because it gives them more experience. But the key for them is going to be Cam. What Cam are we getting? My thing is, every time you see Cam, we see him dancing, we see him lifting weights, we see him doing this. we don't see him work. We don't see him throwing the ball, so we don't know what his arm is like. He's 2 years removed from surgery on that arm. And so I want to see what Cam Newton we get. Are we going to get? I don't think he would ever return to MVP form, Cam Newton. But I want to see if he can be a little bit better Cam Newton than what he was last year. I need to see more accurate passing, not much passing in the dirt. I want to see more. He has a good long ball. But I want to see what's happening. I want to see what Cam Newton we see. He's been in this offense for a year now. Let's really see if they open the playbook up to him. But right now, when you got Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones,
okay,
beating out
Cam,
dressed to impress Cam.
But you got to think, Mac Jones, he don't have, and this is not a knock on Cam because. Hey, live your life, but Mac Jones, he's a rookie. He don't have a cigar lounge. He doesn't have a podcast. He's all about the playbook right now. So
and he's from Bama.
So that'll show in the end, you know.
He's from Bama.
But you gotta understand that Bama, he had all 5-star receivers. You don't have that. You don't have that in New England. You had the top of the line, top line. You don't have that in New England. So my thing is, what we seeing in Mac Jones, I want to see it when he get on the field. When you don't have that all-pro line. When you don't have that all-pro receiver. When you got to hit that receiver just right. I want to see that out of Mac Jones.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Mac Jones is used to competing.
Yeah.
He was in the Bama. So that means he was competing.
He actually came to Alabama when they had Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Yeah.
Most quarterbacks are not going to do that.
Yeah. So he took his bruises and then and rose to the cream of the crop.
And he's just going to try to outwork Cam, which Cam might possibly let him, you know.
Well, it all depends on what you're looking at outwork. Because he's not just out gymnasium, Cam. because Cam is in the gym.
But we don't need him to pull no slaves.
He's not just out video Cam.
I need you to know the playbook. Is he going to outstudy Cam? Is he going to know when this defense is in this coverage? I need you to. It was a couple times the offensive line even then said he didn't audible right for them, and that's why he got hit in his back and this and that. It's a lot to this game. That's all I'm saying.
As a veteran, if Mac Jones come in and beat out Cam Newton.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Oh, okay.
Come out and beat out Cam Newton, and something is wrong.
I'm just saying he's from Bama. He's used to competing at a very high level because Bama practices were intense.
And at the end of the day, you got to think the offensive coordinator is Josh McDaniel. He could do something with Cam, but he would preferably have a drop back passer. So he's probably going to get a little bit more opportunity too. Cam probably can't have a bad game or two, can't have a little injury. They're going to be itching to try to get Mac in there so they could see if they can open the playbook up. With Cam, you kind of just got to, run the ball.
I hear you. I get it. So me and B got New England winning the AFC East. Yo has Buffalo winning the AFC East.
The Mafia, get it right. Mafia.
Who's the Mafia?
Buffalo.
Your pick's starting to be worse than
Skip Bayless. Come on,
Charles Barkley. I guarantee.
Yeah, go ahead. You got to guarantee. Let me see if I can put some balloons up there to fall down. Put some dog bones up there to fall down when you guarantee.
I need that old making it rain. That's what I need. I need real money.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you guaranteed the LA Clippers? If the LA Clippers don't win, if you guarantee and they don't win, you got to come on and show you a dog bone.
No. Trying to set me up for failure. I don't do that.
Hey, that's playoff P.
Yeah, that's playoff P. Y'all got no confidence in playoff P.
Hey, if they do it, they do it. But I ain't putting my put my pride on the line. That's not what's gonna happen. I'm gonna stay on this microphone and talk my noise, talk about and do what I do. But I'm not eating no dog bones.
some Scooby snacks.
No. You better give me some nachos or something.
We want to thank y'all for coming on to $2 Sports Talk Show, for coming in the doghouse with us today. We had in the doghouse today, we had our guest host B, which we all have a good time when B come in.
Yeah.
Yes,
sir. And we had another guest come into the doghouse, Mr. Jawan Parker. Make sure y'all go pick up that book, The Guide, How to Win at College. Make sure y'all go pick up that book. We want to thank everybody for coming to the doghouse. Make sure y'all come to the doghouse next week. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to talk more about this NBA playoffs and what's going on. Next week, we should know who's going to be in the championship round of the NBA playoffs. And we're going to talk about the NFC West next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about the NFC West. You bark at us.
We bark back. Woo!
KBOB, the home of the Bobby Eaton Show, the Juice Radio Show, and Two Dogs Radio Show.
Yeah. I do it big, okay?
You better RESPECT me. Tulsa,